Would everyone please take their seats? Good morning, hello, and welcome to the class of 2029 White Coat Ceremony for Sam Houston State University College of Osteopathic Medicine. If you wouldn't mind, please take a moment to silence your cell phones. You may certainly use them for photos or videos if you'd like, but we'd like to keep the sound to a minimum. Good morning. I'm Dr. Thomas Moore, DO, and I'm proud to serve as the Dean of our college. It's my pleasure and honor to guide you through the White Coat Ceremony for the SHSU COM Class of 2029. The White Coat Ceremony is a tradition adopted by medical schools, and it reflects a symbolic entrance to the educational path our student doctors have chosen. The ceremony is a rite of passage in which the student doctors will don the white coat as a symbol of professionalism and humanism, and they will recite the osteopathic oath in front of peers, faculty, family, and friends, acknowledging their willingness to assume the obligations and responsibilities of their chosen profession. Today is a day to celebrate with our newest student doctors. We're honored today to have Dr. Awais Durrani, a board-certified osteopathic emergency medicine physician in the Memorial Hermann System, here as our ceremonial speaker. Unfortunately, Dr. Larry Verfurth, the president of the Texas Osteopathic Medical Association, couldn't be here. He actually was here, but had a medical emergency and had to leave. We are thankful that the following members of our administration are here today: Dr. Elisa White, president; Dr. Sumant Yunduri, provost and senior vice president for academic affairs; Dr. Robert Suter, senior associate dean for clinical integration; Dr. Courtney West, senior associate dean for educational affairs; Dr. Dennis Rao, associate dean for osteopathic integration; Dr. Gretchen Holmes, associate dean for graduate medical education and designated institutional official; and Dr. Craig Boudreau, assistant dean for clinical affairs. Please join me in welcoming our platform party. Student doctors, you chose to join a university that, for over 145 years, has focused on meeting the needs of communities in Texas. From training educators in the early years of the university's history to preparing physicians today, SHSU has continued that legacy of service. The university now has more than 155,000 alumni living across Texas and around the world, including about 168 graduates of this college. Beyond addressing workforce needs, the College of Osteopathic Medicine reflects our university's culture and mission. Sam Houston State University is a Carnegie-classified community-engaged university, a designation that less than 10% of universities attain. The university's motto is, "The measure of a life is its service." That embodies our commitment to community engagement and service to others. These values are central to the mission of the College of Osteopathic Medicine and should guide you as you progress through your education and into practice as a physician. It's an exciting time to join the SHSU COM family. Just a few months ago, in this very building, this very place, we celebrated the graduation of our second class of physicians. Moments like that are a powerful reminder of where this journey leads. It leads to you walking across this in regalia and shaking our hands and us calling you doctor. Don't ever lose sight of that. That is the end of this journey. Since welcoming our first class in 2020, SHSU COM has built a track record of excellence that few medical schools can match. We are fully accredited by the Commission of Osteopathic College Accreditation and remain the first and only new College of Osteopathic Medicine to be granted 10 years of accreditation with exceptional outcomes. And since they changed the rules, nobody can ever get that again, so we are the first, the last, and the only. Let's give that a round of applause. Yeah. Our students, your classmates in the previous classes, have continued to raise the bar. The class of 2025 achieved a 99% first-time pass rate on the COMLEX USA Level 1 exam, which is the first national board exam required for osteopathic medical students. That performance placed SHSU COM at the top of the nation, #1. The class of 2026 built on that momentum, earning a 100% first-time pass rate on the same exam and helping us maintain our place at the top of the nation for another year running. And in just a couple of weeks, we're going to hear about next year's, and we have a 100% first-time pass rate, so we can't do better than number one, either tied for number one or number one, but we will be number one again. That is the legacy that the folks that have come before you have brought with our faculty, our staff, and our incredible students, and you are joining an incredible group of students and graduates from this place. We recently learned that our SHSU Com graduates from the class of 2024 who took the Comlex USA Level 3 exam, this is after you graduate, they also achieved a 100% first-time pass rate. To become a physician, you have to pass those boards. We have a great track record, and you will too. Student doctors, this is the legacy that you're stepping into. You are now a part of a community that is committed to excellence, grounded in service, and focused on preparing future physicians who lead with skill, integrity, and compassion. We are so proud to welcome you to the journey and look forward to all that you will achieve. We are thankful to have the support of the university administration as we build upon this university's great name and commitment to our community. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite Dr. Elisa White, our president, up to the podium to address the class of 2029. Please join me in giving her a warm welcome.
This is such an exciting day, and I join Dr. Moore in saying one of the reasons it's so exciting is because I know what you will have accomplished when you walk right across this orange carpet and you are a full doctor ready to go to your residency. And this is an uncommon school. This is an uncommon college. It's an uncommon place. Because as Dean Moore was telling you about the accomplishments of the last couple of classes, and indeed the rising classes, this is not usual. These are not the statistics that you will see in a lot of other schools. And I was privileged to go to an association of academic comm leaders, and I had on my Sam Houston little card there, you know, nameplate, and I had people stop me and say, I don't know what's going on at Sam Houston, and I'm not a medical doctor, so I don't either, but anyway, I'm a PhD, I'm one of those others. But they said, I don't know what's going on at Sam Houston, but I've been doing this a long time, and we've never achieved those markers at that level. They've never done it, and they're just looking to see. So while I'm welcoming you, I want to say thank you to the leadership, all of you who are leading, to the faculty who will be working with you the next few years and have worked with those who've gone before. This is an uncommon opportunity. It's also uncommon because of the students that we bring in. You are here not just because you've got what it takes. You're here because you know your purpose. You know what you want to achieve. You know you can do something big, and you've sacrificed to be able to be here to do it. So you are joining a medical school at a university that is named for one of Texas' heroes, Sam Houston State University. If you didn't know Sam Houston, if you're not from around these parts, you can see a statue about 64 feet up in the air just down the road about 3 miles from here. That is Sam Houston. And who was he? He was the first president of the Republic of Texas. He was a senator and a governor of Texas. He also was a governor of Tennessee. I mean, wherever he went, he made a difference. He had a very controversial start. He got into some trouble in Tennessee. He went to live with the Cherokee Nation, and they adopted him. He had some troubles with some maybe enticing libations that he had to give up later in his life. He was hot-tempered. He decided to change his life. He decided to lead not just with integrity and purpose, but with restraint and self-control and discipline and stick up for his values. And he was one of the most influential people that I have ever read about in Texas history. That's what you're joining here. And so when you think about Sam Houston, you think, well, I don't know Sam Houston. Get to know Sam Houston, because we have a legacy and we're continuing to build on that legacy, and you're going to help us. I'll say this last thing. Not only are we noted in history for being related to Sam Houston, we're one of the oldest universities in the state of Texas. We're third. So we will hit our 150th anniversary in 2029, just as you're walking across the stage. So you are, there, I realize I'll say carpet, but when you are walking across this carpet and you've achieved that next big, huge level of success, we're going to be celebrating your success, but at a time that a lot of people are going to be watching you. We're going to get a lot of attention to Sam Houston that we haven't had and may not ever have for another 25 years till we get that 175th or so. So enjoy this entire journey and know that you are part of history. And so I'm very proud of you. I'll be watching you. I'll be doing whatever I can to support your dean and his leadership team and the faculty to help you get what you need, but you're going to be great. And then I'm going to come see you because I have a little bit, a little pain right now. I'm just kidding.
Thank you so much, Dr. White. Students, your journey to medical school started long ago. Your tenacity, hard work, and intelligence brought you to this point. But before we get too far on this ceremony, I'd be remiss if I did not also address the parents, families, and loved ones who are here today. Without your support and encouragement, this day would not have been possible. We all thank you for your interest and participation in the career your student doctor has chosen. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. We're going to mix things up a little bit because of the changes in the itinerary, but it's now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Craig Boudreau, who will share the history of the white coat ceremony and the significance of the white coat for student doctors. Dr. Boudreau.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right. The white coat and the ceremony of the white coat is a symbolic of a transition into a career as an osteopathic physician. The white coat by itself is something that provides an identity as a medical student and a member of a very special group, a community of physicians dedicated to acquiring and advancing the knowledge of medicine and the compassionate care of patients. This ceremony identifies these students as part of a profession unlike any other, a career that demands lifelong learning, dedication to patient care, and service to the community. The origins of the white coat date back to the late 19th century, a time when medicine was rapidly evolving. Physicians began to adopt this white garment to symbolize purity, professionalism, and the scientific nature of medicine. The very fabric of the white coat represents cleanliness and a commitment to the highest standard of care. It reminds us that we belong to a profession that prioritizes the health and safety of our patients above all. As you stand here today, ready to embrace your roles as future physicians, the white coat serves as a reminder of the ethical responsibilities you're about to undertake. In wearing it, you accept the trust that patients will place in you, a trust built on compassion, empathy, and integrity. Your patients will see the white coat and often experience a sense of comfort, reassurance, knowing that you are equipped not only with knowledge, but also with a genuine desire to help. The white coat also signifies the beginning of a transformative journey. It is a marker of the rigorous training you will endure, the long hours of study, the clinical rotations that will challenge you. and the relationships you will build with mentors and colleagues. It signifies your entry into a community that values lifelong learning, collaboration, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. As you put on your white coats today, remember the significance it carries. It is a symbol of the countless lives you will touch throughout your career. Each time you wear it, let it remind you to approach your work with humility and compassion. Let it inspire you to listen to your patients, to advocate fiercely for their needs, and to never lose sight of the human element in medicine. Finally, we encourage you to embrace the challenges that lie ahead. The path to medicine is not an easy one. It's fraught with trials and tribulations, but it's also filled with moments of profound joy and fulfillment. As you navigate this journey, let the white coat serve as a beacon of hope and a reminder of the immense privilege it is to be entrusted with the health and lives of others. As you wear your coat today, remember you are part of a long history, including students, residents, physicians. They're before you, but you're also one of the few who have the opportunity to wear the coat of the Sam Houston State University College of Osteopathic Medicine, embroidered on it. Congratulations on reaching this important milestone. Wear your white coat with pride, knowing that it signifies your commitment to a lifelong journey of learning, healing, and service. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Boudreau. All right, now it's time for coding. Students will now be introduced and presented with their white coat. Our physician faculty who will be coding will also be called up as well. So as your name is called, please take your place on the walkway. Dr. Johnson, take it away.
All righty, maybe. All right. Our first 6 physician coders are Dr. Robert Suter, Dr. Dennis Rao, Dr. Craig Boudreau, Dr. Mario Loomis, Dr. George Prada, Dr. Elizabeth Sargent. The first 6 students are Muhammad Abbas, Abanab Abdesed, Anila Abidin, Emmanuel Ahava, Omoshalawe Akantunde, Miguel Avila. Fatima Bon Pawala, Ali Biwandawala, Ainsley Brown, Tommy Bowie, Jonathan Chan, Abasar Charukri. Victoria Chang, Diane Chowdhury, Richard Chung, Clayton Cook, Reagan Cox, Haley Dabriel. Peter Dang, Allie Davis, Nicholas DiBattista, Rogelia De La Paz, Daniel DeMose, Tasia Davon Boyane. Boy- Ashna Daduti. Calvary Ditforth. Ashley Epen. Sarah Epen. Chase Edmonds. Zena Elshimi. Brett Frederick. Chloe Finch. Brian Flores. Brandon Frost. Jacob Garcia. Kaylee Gaston. Cheryl George. Selena Gonzalez Soto. Jasleen Garaya. Maria Goni. Krista Hale. Samantha Hanson. Ashley Harton. Jeremy Hay. Jeremy Henry. Nicholas Higby. Jennifer Holt Skarupa. Camden Hope. Vivian Shea. Stella Wang. Tristan Ibarra. Iyad Ibrahim. Zachary Isbell. Roberto Jimenez. Sonia Giovanni. Molly Joyner. Jason Juliet. Kira Kaiser. Hannah Kalashek. Harveen Carr. All right, got it. Mira Kaushik. Hanya Khan. Zaina Khan. Sashi Kokarni. Crystal Lester. Chenoweth Lim. Thank you, coders. You may be seated. The second set of coders are Dr. Janet Gregory, Dr. Dennis Wooten, Dr. Megan Powell, Dr. Marcus Garza Madrid. Truman Lytle, Bowen Liu, Seth London, Anissa Longafe, Aisha Madani, Clayton Maddox. Ishita Mahajan, Hamna Malik, Harjot Maan, Natalia Mith, Dylan Michael, Samiha Moman. Shreya Mulukuntla, Pragathi Muntara, Taiba Nazir, Catherine Nisisup, Evelyn No, Carmely Wynn. Yuen Wynn, Hen Wynn, Kathleen Wynn, Randy Nieto, Stephanie Noriega, Maniola Olowaye, all right, thank you. Emma Lee Olson, Chasten Parrish, Utkarsh Patel, Preston Pearson, Anisha Paramaniki, William Potter. Logan Pruitt, Julia Provenzi, Dai Kuse, Sigma Rahman, Aisha Ranjan, Ayman Rashid. All right, thank you. Thank you. Nithin Ravi Kumar, Zaina Rahan, Avery Riley, Amaya Rowling, Randy Sanchez Cruz, Chrislyn Schlosser, Thank you. Haley Schultz, Ankur Shah, Mahir Shah, Uriel Shao, George Michael Sherfick, Kennedy Shoemate, thank you. Ashish Siripuram, Angela Sketches, Ashara Samawardana, Caitlin Spachik, Taylor Spell, Ryan Sue. Thank you. Aishwarya Sukumar, Elena Tass, Amit Thomas, Brian Tran, Sarah Tran, Tracy Tran. Thank you. Julie Trin, Shruti Vathada, Vani Varam, Madison Razzle, Vong Vu, Anna Wang. Thank you. Elizabeth Waters, Colin Wolfe, Sabuhi Zafar, Abbas Zaidi, Alexa Zarzauer, Mateus Zismer, thank you. Thank you, coders. You may be seated. And finally, Alexandra Zink. The following students will be coded by a member of their family. Jacob Abraham, coded by Dr. Sam Abraham. Ishaq Baig, coded by Dr. Harris Baig. Zachary Bailey, coded by Dr. Leah McGuire. Luke Bennett, coded by Dr. Brent Bennett. Claire Fanning, coded by Dr. Paul Fanning. Connor Fix, coded by Dr. Cecilia Velarde de la Villa. Thank you. Sarah Gonzalez, coded by Dr. Richard Gonzalez. Uttam Gawali, coded by Dr. Swasti Gawali. Lauren Hilbrick, coded by Dr. Joe Hilbrick. Phup Ho, coded by Dr. Van Ho. Iman Jaka, coded by Dr. Sana Yunus. Munira Kapadia, coded by Dr. Tahir Kapadia. Thank you. Thank you. Sophia Khan, coded by Dr. Jerry Khan. Leon Lim, coded by Dr. Clarence Lim. Isabella Luce, coded by Dr. Bethany Luce. Tashay Olashunde, coded by Dr. Ayo Olashunde. Shreyas Pumaral, coded by Dr. Sarang Pumaral. Skylin Potts, coded by Dr. Reed Golden. Thank you. Thank you. Anvitha Sana, coded by Dr. Meghna Sana. Michael Schmidt, coded by Dr. Tyler Schmidt. Ann Trong, coded by Dr. Len On No. Titania V, coded by Dr. Alexander Tran. Jack Williams, coded by Dr. Roger Williams. Thank you.
Congratulations, class of 2029. I would like to invite all our student doctors and all osteopathic physicians present to please rise and repeat after me to recite the osteopathic oath, which is printed on the back of your program. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health and the life of my patients. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health and life of my patients. To retain their confidence and respect both as a physician and a friend who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity. To retain their confidence and respect both as a physician and a friend who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity. To perform faithfully my professional duties. To perform faithfully my professional duties. To employ only those recognized methods of treatment consistent with good judgment and with my skill and ability, keeping in mind always nature's laws and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. To employ only those recognized methods I will be ever vigilant in aiding in the general welfare of the community, sustaining its laws and institutions. Not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it may be asked of me. I will endeavor to work in accord with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation, and never by word or by act cast imputations upon them or their rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who have taught me my art. To my college, I will be loyal and strive always for its best interests and for the interests of the students who will come after me. I will be ever alert to further the application of basic biologic truths to the healing arts. And to develop the principles of osteopathy, which were first enunciated by Andrew Taylor Still. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. The osteopathic oath reflects the core values of our institution and the profession that you're entering. This is not a collection of classes that you take that end up with a degree. It is a transformative journey that will end in the changing of your very name from Mr. or Mrs. to Doctor. It is who we become and a journey that we're on for the rest of our lives. It's my pleasure now to welcome Dr. Robert Suter, whose leadership and commitment to osteopathic medicine continues to shape the profession across the state. While Dr. Larry Verfurth was not able to be here, we're pleased that Dr. Suter is actually the vice president of the board of the Texas Osteopathic Medical Association, and it is through TOMA's generous gift and generosity that each of your white coats have been gifted. It is a symbolic gift that marks the beginning of a lifelong call to others. Dr. Suter.
Thank you so much, Dr. Moore, and thank you to you and Dr. Verfurth for giving me the honor of representing TOMA at this important event, in addition to being here on behalf of Sam Houston. So on behalf, as the president-elect of TOMA, on behalf of the Texas Osteopathic Medical Association and its board of directors, I would like to congratulate you on reaching this important milestone in your medical journey and to welcome you to the osteopathic profession, particularly the osteopathic profession in Texas. Now, while Texas did not have an osteopathic school for decades, we are actually the oldest osteopathic state society in the profession. The Texas Osteopathic Medical Association is celebrating its 125th year today because it was founded in 1900 by pioneering osteopathic physicians to protect the osteopathic physician from restrictive legislation in the state. So originally formed in Sherman, Texas, way to the north, as the Texas Association for the Advancement of Osteopathy, TOMA has had a 125-year tradition of advancing the profession within the state of Texas, and is strongly committed to fulfilling its mission of improving public health by promoting the philosophy of osteopathic medicine, elevating and maintaining the high standards of osteopathic medicine, promoting research in the diagnosis and treatment of disease, and creating and improving the standards of medical practice across the state of Texas. In addition, TOMA advocates on behalf of the osteopathic physician profession in Texas specifically, particularly on behalf of residents and students in your case, providing CME and updating its members on what is going on of importance to them and their practices. As members of the Texas Osteopathic Medical Association, which we certainly hope that you all join, by the way, it's free, but you do have to join under university policies, we will make sure that we're advocating for you as an individual in ways that perhaps you might not be able to advocate for yourself. So, relevant to all this and to show our commitment as an association to osteopathic medical students in Texas, TOMA provides your white coat. So every osteopathic medical student in the state of Texas receives a white coat from TOMA as one of our most treasured traditions. But recall the eloquent words of Dr. Boudreau earlier about the white coat, and to that we will add a quote from the coach of a very famous rugby team, the All Blacks, who say to his players, "You're only the caretaker of the jersey. You never actually own it. You're just borrowing it." Take that sort of solemnity of the importance of the white coat and what it means not just to you, but to all those around you. And when you have those days in your medical career, and trust me, you will have those days, think about how the coat symbolizes the support you get from all of the osteopathic physicians around you, the support of all the wonderful family and friends who have gathered here today to support you in this ceremony. And use that to help get you through whatever challenges that you are having, and rise to those challenges and show them what a wonderful thing it is to be an osteopathic physician. Again, on behalf of the Texas Osteopathic Medical Association and its board of directors, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Suter. It's now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Awais Durrani, DO. Dr. Durrani is a board-certified emergency medicine physician based in Houston. He earned his medical degree from Oklahoma State University College of Osteopathic Medicine and completed his residency training at the University of Texas Health Science Center in San Antonio. In the emergency department, he cares for patients in some of their most critical and vulnerable moments, and he remains deeply committed to improving access, trust, and equity in healthcare. Beyond his clinical work, Dr. Durrani brings experience in health policy and public health. He has served in roles with the federal government and national medical organizations working to address systemic gaps in care to shape policies that support underserved communities. He's also a respected voice in public communications. Through frequent appearances on national news outlets, Dr. Durrani helps translate complex medical topics into accessible, meaningful conversations. His commentary covers everything from mental health and vaccine literacy to the role of artificial intelligence in medicine. In addition, Dr. Durrani is the host of STEM City, a television show that encourages young people to explore careers in science, technology, engineering, and math. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Awais Durrani.
Thank you, Dr. Moore, for having me. Truly an honor to be here. First of all, you all look good in your white coats. You all look sharp and ready to tackle medicine, and you all look like the future of medicine because you are the future of medicine. I remember sitting in very similar seats about 11 years ago, back in 2014. Makes me feel really, really old. I could still smell that new white coat smell. The sleeves were a little ill-fitting, and I wondered what had I gotten myself into. Yes, we had iPhones back then, we had Instagram, but we didn't have AI or TikTok, so y'all probably think I'm a dinosaur at this point. But today isn't about me, it's about you and what's ahead. You all are entering a world in which pandemics and policy debates And misinformation and medical miracles all take place in a 24-hour period and news cycle, where AI can help you draft a note 1 minute, and 5 minutes later, it's confusing your patients. The privilege of wearing this coat comes with the responsibility of navigating that complexity, leading with empathy, and making sense of that fast-changing landscape that we all are now a part of. So today I'm going to tell you 4 quick stories with 4 quick lessons about impact, truth, identity, and teamwork. And I'll kind of share some of the things that I've learned from those stories, and hopefully you can kind of take your own cues and maybe it'll help you along the way at some point. So lesson number 1, your impact starts now. Many of you probably walked across a stage similar to this a couple months ago when y'all graduated from college, and y'all probably had an amazing commencement speaker who said something along the lines of, you're going to go out there and change the world, or you're going to impact lives. And for some of your peers who went into, worthy professions like accounting or petroleum engineering, it may take them 5 years or 10 years or an entire lifelong's worth of work to see that. But that's not the case for you. You're going to see that very, very soon. In just 2 short years, you'll be in ICU rooms and clinics, you'll be in ERs and all types of places seeing patients. And your impact won't be philosophical. It'll be very tangible. You'll be able to see it right in front of you. Now, I'm an emergency medicine physician, and quick plug, I think it's the best specialty, and I think each and every one of you should go into emergency medicine. But my first job out of residency was about an hour and a half east of Houston in a place called Beaumont, Texas. And I worked most of my shifts in the large hospital in Beaumont and then some shifts in a freestanding emergency department. And if you're not familiar with a freestanding emergency department, it's basically a fully functioning ER, but it doesn't have a hospital attached. So I'm the only one there. I don't have my OB or anesthesia colleagues to rely on. And then anyone that needs to be admitted gets put in an ambulance and gets transferred to a larger hospital. Now, you all actually do some rotations during your 3rd and 4th years. That's, I think, one of the options. And so during this kind of job that I had, I would have Sam Houston State medical students working with me, and it was an absolute joy. And so I'll take you back to this chaotic day. The freestanding is a type of place where you go in for your 12-hour shift, and you're going to be working every single minute of that until your relief comes in 12 hours. And so that means best case scenario, lunch is a protein bar and chugging down some water. And usually every room is full, and the waiting room has anywhere from 10 to 15 people, and that's best case scenario. And so usually you'll read the triage note, and in this case, it was a patient. They had a 10 out of 10 headache, they had some nausea, they had some vomiting, they'd taken over-the-counter meds, weren't helping. And so in this kind of scenario, you got to put in some orders just so stuff can get started, so by the time they get back to you, at least you have some results. And so like any ER doc, I ordered some basic blood work, ordered some meds for the headache, and then a CT scan. And eventually they made their way back to the room, still hadn't gotten any of the tests done, and so I sent in this med student that was working with me that day, and they'd been on point all day. Great histories and physicals, good plans, everything was great. They were really a help. But in this case, they actually spent a while, right? They were in there for like 20 minutes. I was like, okay, I'll give them a few more minutes. Went and saw a few more patients, discharged a few other patients. They still hadn't gone out. And so I went in there to check what was going on. And the patient was laughing and smiling. The med student was laughing and smiling. I was like, what's going on? And the patient looked at me and she was like, where can I get OMM out in the community? And so it turns out this patient actually had a history of migraines. The med student found that out. And it would have been very easy for the student to just go along with my plan of the orders that I'd placed. But they took initiative and they had learned a OMT technique, something that y'all will very soon start to learn, called a suboccipital release, and I'd actually done that on this patient, and our headache had gone better. So instead of racing to more tests and kind of agreeing with my plan, the student took initiative, used what they had learned, and this patient was smiling. She didn't want meds, she didn't want a scan anymore, she just asked, where can I get more of that? What is a DO? Where can I seek that out in my community? And so a very average day for me became special. I still talk about it today. What one med student did for this patient probably changed that patient's outlook on medicine. And I can guarantee you that she went and talked to her family about what a DO was and what OMT was, and friends and anyone that would listen, and probably sought out one in her community. And so it may seem like a small thing, but to that patient, that was everything. And that's how quickly the impact begins. I can bet you that you will have those opportunities very, very soon, and it's about grasping those opportunities. And that change gets amplified over the course of your career. I work anywhere from 12 to 15 shifts, 10-hour shifts, see anywhere from 20 to 30 patients a shift, right? Multiply that by 12 months and say a 30-year career. That's over 100,000 individuals that I get to interact with and possibly do something similar for. And it's not just them. It's the, daughter holding a sick father's hand in ER2. It's the partner of a trauma patient pacing outside after a bad motor vehicle accident. It's the child who watches you explain diabetes to their patient or to their parent. And so all of those touch points are places where you can make an impact and change someone's outlook on their health, on their community, and what they can do. So you will walk into rooms, and for you, you may not remember that patient. You probably won't. But for them, they may remember you for the rest of their lives. That's the quiet power of this code. Your impact starts now and will amplify over a decades-long career. Always keep that in mind. Lesson number 2, learn to think for yourself and communicate that to your world. One of the most important skills you'll learn in medical school isn't going to be found in a textbook. It's the ability to figure out why something is actually true and communicating that to your patients and your peers. Not just memorizing facts, but asking, how do I know this? What's the evidence? How would I change my mind? In today's world, those questions matter more than ever because you are not just entering medicine, you're entering an environment where every patient has gone to ChatGPT or Gemini, they've put in all their symptoms, and they've gotten a list of tests that should be ordered and a differential, and I'll be honest, a lot of times it's pretty spot on. And so when you go into those rooms, you have to be prepared. We've all seen the headlines that ChatGPT can score better on COMLEX and USMLE and board exams than all of us, than you and me. And so does that mean there's no room for us, no place for us? Of course not. But to earn that place, we need to be able to critically think about why we recommend something. So fight the urge to just memorize facts. Yes, that's a part of medicine. Spoiler, you're going to memorize more things than you ever thought was possible. But go beyond that and ask why. I personally had a med school and undergrad kind of mentors and curriculum where I got really good at that, and I got a crash course on that during the pandemic. And so, I'll take you back to 2020. I was a second-year resident in San Antonio in emergency medicine, and myself and 2 of my colleagues went to New York City for an emergency medicine conference. And we, of course, went to the conference, but then we did all the fun stuff, right? Knicks game, Broadway shows, food tours, all the fun stuff. This was end of February 2020. COVID was maybe coming to the US, maybe not. We didn't know. I get back, and I'm working a shift the next day. And midway through the shift, I turn to my colleague, and I say, hey, it's kind of cold in here, isn't it? I put my jacket on. Fast forward 4 hours, and I'm back home. I have a 104 fever. I'm shivering uncontrollably, like, what is going on? And myself and those 2 colleagues were the first 3 confirmed positive cases of COVID in San Antonio. And so that's my claim to fame there. And so back then, it was like 14-day quarantine, but we were healthcare workers. So they're like, no, let's make it 21. And so once I got over the infection, I started to go crazy. I was like, what am I going to do in this apartment all by myself? And if you recall, we were all going through Virology 101 essentially at that point, right? Like, what's a virus? Should you wash your hands? What does a mask do? Does it serve any purpose? And so I started to tweet out really, basic public health things just to help folks. A news producer caught some of those tweets and said, hey, you want to come on the news and talk about this? And I was like, sure. And that turned into another appearance to the point where I was on like the news 3 or 4 times a week, probably more than I should have been as a resident. But at that time, we had very little evidence about the things that were happening, right? We'd hear about some trial in Germany, or should you take an aspirin with this variant, all these things. And there was no textbook for me to, look for an answer in, but what I could do was, hey, what did this hospital do? How many patients were in this trial or in this cohort? Was it a good study? Was it not a good study? And I could talk about those things on the news. And so that experience of making, analyzing data, making those decisions and sharing those with people became so important. And we all need to get good at that today. So it's your ability to challenge assumptions and think critically that will make you a better doctor than the next big AI tool that comes out. Lesson number 3, don't fit the mold. Break it. I want to tell you something that may be counterintuitive in the medical world. Don't be afraid to go outside the lines. Medicine has a lot of protocols, especially in the trauma bay. We move fast, we follow algorithms, and I'm not asking you to freestyle it when you have a patient sick in front of you or is bleeding out. Please follow those algorithms and those tools that you've been taught. They will save lives. But what I am saying is that each one of you is much more than your GPA or your MCAT score. The reason you are sitting in that chair right now is because you are holistic individuals with interests and passions, and you portray that to the admissions committee, and that's why you are wearing this white coat. And so I ask you not to let those things fall by the wayside as you go on this journey. I'd like to think I've gotten to do some cool things that have been made possible by not following an exact path that a college advisor or residency advisor would have advised. When I was in college, I had some AP credits, and I probably could have graduated in 3 or 3.5 years. My advisor said, go for it, you'll save money, you'll go to med school quicker, you'll get to your destination quicker. But I wanted a full college experience, and so instead of just majoring in biology, I double majored in biology and poli-sci because I had this interest in public policy and how we could change the things that we wanted to change. And then instead of going straight to med school, I ended up taking a gap year. So my advisor was really not happy about that. And during that gap year, I applied to a bunch of med schools, but then I also wanted to apply my poli-sci degree. And so I applied to a bunch of jobs and internships in both Austin and DC, and I was lucky enough to get a White House internship. And it was the most incredible experience ever. 6 months of, using your poli-sci basically at the pinnacle of what you could use your poli-sci degree at. At the end of that internship, they offered me a full-time job, which was like the hardest decision ever, right? Like, do I go to med school? Do I stay here? It was like a 59-41 decision. Obviously went to med school, best choice ever. And I thought, hey, I'm never going to use any of these skills again or any of this policy experience I had, and I won't lie, I was a bit sad. But that couldn't be further from the truth. I realized that once you get to med school, you could get involved with student government or the Council of Osteopathic Student Government Presidents or a variety of things. And I learned that I could use those skills to advocate for my medical school, for the patients that I saw, for our profession. And then in med school, during my 4th year, I actually got to go back to DC. There's something called the Osteopathic Health Policy Internship. File that away when you're a 4th year, look into it. For 2 months, you get to go to DC. They pay for your housing. They actually pay you as well. And once again, I was at the ACOM offices in DC and got to advocate for our profession and student loan issues and so many cool things. And then, of course, residency, everyone tells you you're going to be working 80 hours a week and you're not going to have time for anything. I was like, okay, finally, this part of my life, I guess I'm going to have to put it away. But once again, got involved with a bunch of emergency medicine organizations and advocated for the things that I was seeing there. And so those things kind of kept happening. And then remember when I said that a news producer saw a tweet of mine and said, hey, you want to come on TV? That was actually an individual that I had met at that White House internship and they'd gone into the media world, and they kind of brought me into some of these television appearances. And so those things all kind of added to my journey. Through those television appearances and whatnot, I got involved with PBS and some town halls, and they were like, hey, you seem like you're really interested in science and technology and engineering and math, STEM content. Maybe you could do some of that. And they connected me with NBC in Houston, and that's how I essentially ended up in the backseat of an F-18 fighter jet for one of the episodes of my show. Now, I know what you're probably wondering, did he puke and did he pass out? The answer is yes to both of those questions. So here's the message. Your other passions, don't abandon them. Fold them into your journey. Live your life now, not just as a pre-complex level 1 human or a pre-match human, because the arrival fallacy is real. That feeling of, let me just finish this exam, let me just get through rotations, let me just match. You'll chase milestones thinking fulfillment will wait at the other side of the next milestone, but this is life. Live it now. Of course, you're going to have to put some things on pause, and that's totally fine, but make sure you unpause them from time to time. Okay, final lesson. Medicine is teamwork. Now, I'm going to take you into a recent ER shift of mine. As you can see, I'm trying to plant the ER seed. I really want you all to go into ER. All kidding aside, if you haven't watched the show The Pit, the most realistic emergency medicine show out there, I feel nervous and anxious when I watch that, so that's how you know it's real, so watch it. But this shift we're going to go on, it's a Monday morning 6 a.m. shift. The ERs are usually really, really busy on the weekends, and things start to get not crazy around 2, 3 a.m. Sunday going into Monday morning. Now, never say the Q word in the ER. People will yell at you, get mad at you, so pro tip there. So we'll just say not crazy. So I show up for this 6 a.m. shift, and there's one patient waiting to be seen. I see him, I put in some orders, walk to the doc lounge, grab my coffee, and as I'm walking back down this long hallway, I see the charge nurse giving me this stare, and it's the stare you don't want because you know something gnarly just walked in. I also see a bunch of nurses behind her kind of going into trauma rooms, and as I get closer, she says, I have a 28-year-old who's 36 weeks pregnant, and she thinks her water broke, and she thinks she's having contractions. Now, I've delivered babies, all ER docs have, but any one of us would be totally fine with not delivering another baby in our careers. And so I go in there, and this hospital has no OB on call. Many hospitals don't. And so usually if a patient is in the early stages of labor, what we can do is transfer them to another hospital and they can deliver there. Well, let me just say she was not in the early stages of labor in this situation. And so my Apple Watch kind of gives me an alert because my heart rate's going up, we're shuffling around. There's a old OB nurse who used to be an OB nurse, who's a floor nurse now, who comes down. And she says, oh, one of the OBs is rounding upstairs, right? So even though they don't deliver, they may come in for procedures and things like that. Do you want me to see if she's willing to come down? I say, yes, please. And she was actually someone that I knew, someone that I'd networked with through hospital committees and physician networking events, things that aren't mandatory, but I'd met her through those things. And she came down and we delivered the healthy baby. I probably could have done it alone, but it's always nice to have a pro there who kind of helps you there just in case things go south. And it reminded me that you're never alone if you've built a team. So invest in your relationships with nurses and techs and professors and attendings and classmates. Be someone people want to work with because medicine is a team sport. And I'll be honest, it's a hard sport. And so we need each other. Be a good person. Be the person that people want to be around. So here we are, white coats on, futures ahead. And let me leave you with this. You won't remember every exam question or get it right. It's just not going to happen. You won't remember every diagnosis, but you'll remember the people. And more importantly, they'll remember you. So lean on each other and be there for each other. Sam Houston State has a simple but powerful motto. The measure of a life is its service. That starts now, not someday, not during clinicals, not post-match, not after residency, now. So wear this coat with pride. Use it to serve, and never forget why you got into this in the first place. Congratulations, future doctors.
Thank you, Dr. Durrani. Great words, really, really impressive, you know, and it's one of those things that, you know, hopefully everybody can take away that the white coat that you're wearing right now is the key to open so many opportunities in your life. From the White House to being a general in the U.S. military to being a lifelong family doc in a community to the best job in the world, being the dean of a medical school. There are so many different things that you can do, although internal medicine is better than ER, just saying. Thank you for those words. And I think that it does start now, and we're happy to be here as we go through it with you. So before we close, I would also like to introduce one more person, someone new to the Sam Houston family. The Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs is the university's Chief Academic Officer. This role provides oversight for all academic colleges at SHSU, including ours. Nearly every decision we make at the College of Osteopathic Medicine moves through the Provost's office. It's a role that touches every part of our academic mission, from faculty hiring and curriculum development to student success and community partnerships. Dr. Sumant Yunduri officially joined SHSU last month, and we're excited to welcome him. He's a seasoned academic leader, and he brings strong focus on innovation, collaboration, and student-centered leadership. He is also my boss, so be on really good behavior right now. We're grateful that he could be here today as he begins getting to know us and our medical school. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Yunduri.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. Are you all warm with your coats now? I'm honored to be here and to share this very important new beginning for the class of 2029. I enjoyed our speaker's comments. I have two things that I might disagree a little bit with him. I think he said, be careful of technology, learn, be prepared. I would probably not disagree, but add to it, I come from a computing background. Please embrace technology. It will help you. The second thing, I represent academic affairs. So before you try new techniques, When you're in your classes, practice them. Follow what your instructors are telling you before you start experimenting, okay? Education is built on learning, service, growth, and community. That is especially true in medicine and also true at Sam Houston. This is a university that believes in preparing students to serve their communities, to serve where they are needed the most. You've already heard the motto of our institution. You all have chosen to serve. This is a profession that will transform lives, and you will impact lives. You'll be the face of hope for many who come to see you. Your work will matter in many ways, and it's very hard to measure or comprehend your service. You know, DO, I've been thinking about what do I come up with DO. You guys are doers. That's why you have DO. As you get into this, sometimes things can become very difficult. Things can become stressful. The speaker talked about how technology helped him look at his BP. My request to you is, when you're going down this path, I know you're always helping somebody else, but also help yourself. Talk to a friend. Talk to your faculty member. Talk to your dean. Talk to somebody if you need help when you're going through any difficult times during this rigorous training that you will have over the next 4 years. When you put on your white coat today, you're making a commitment to serve others, to continue and keep learning, to take care for people with empathy and excellence. And I thank each and every one for doing that. I congratulate you all on this very important milestone. I look forward to seeing where this journey takes you, and I'm excited for you. Congratulations, and have a great school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yanduri. It's my pleasure to recognize you, student doctors, for completing the rite of passage symbolized by the white coat ceremony. From this day forward, you have committed yourself to the ethical principles that will guide you through your academic and professional life. Class of 2029, we are delighted to welcome you as the newest members of the SHSU COM family and the community of osteopathic medicine. Esteemed guests, I present to you the SHSU COM Class of 2029. Student doctors joining you today, either in person or remotely, are your families, friends, spouses, and significant others. They have supported you to make this day possible, and they will continue to support you on this journey to become an osteopathic physician. So, student doctors, may I ask you to stand up, turn around, and express your appreciation to these wonderful people for their love and support. I'd also like to thank the faculty and all the COM employees who gave of their time and talents to make this day a success, especially all the dean's office and the staff that did everything to make this happen. They're mostly over there. Turn over that way and give them a round of applause. I only have 2 paragraphs, so you can stay standing. Finally, I would like to again thank our white coat speaker, Dr. Durrani, for taking the time to join us today. I thought he did a great job. Congratulations to you, the class of 2029. I know you will continue a successful trajectory, and I look forward to what you will accomplish. And before we conclude this, I want everybody out there and down here to write down the second week of May 2029. We want every single one of you here, and bring as many other family and friends as you can, to walk across the orange carpet. It is orange, not red. get that doctoral hood and allow me to shake your hand when you leave the stage and for the first time say congratulations, doctor. Don't forget, that's the end result. You will get there and we'll be there to help you. This ceremony is concluded. Have a wonderful day and congratulations again to our student doctors.